Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday. Yesterday was the very first day of the year, and we usually use the first day of the year to talk about goals and resolutions, things like that we're trying to accomplish, at least hopefully, that year. But we didn't do it yesterday, so I would like to keep that tradition going by at least inserting it today. So today, we're going to talk about our 2021 goals. And I use goals because some people really hate the word resolutions. I think to them, it's the idea of like, oh, if there's something in your life that you want to change, you shouldn't wait till the beginning of the year. And like, yeah, I agree with you, but also a lot of times people use this, the changing of the year as like a little wake-up call of like, hey, this is going to be my new piece of inspiration to do something. And you shouldn't take that away from people. That's what I think. Like, if people want to use the beginning of the year to try something new, to do something new, to better themselves in some way, let them do it. There's no harm in that. So we're going to use today's vlog to talk about some of the things that we want to do, change, try.
Yeah.
Next year. You want to start?
I want to use the dance pad more now that we have it.
Yeah, I mean, so one thing that we, there's so much we could talk about for 2020 and all of the ways it went wrong. One of the ways it went right is that we probably got a little more exercise than we have in some past years. We did Ring Fit. We didn't do Ring Fit forever, but we did Ring Fit for a while. And we pretty consistently took walks. I mean, eventually it got really cold, but like...
Or really hot
for a while, but like pretty consistently we took walks. And we were like doing something to move, but it wasn't really strenuous. And it's nice to have something that, we clearly wanted because we bought it at the beginning of 2020. It's nice to have that here and feel like, oh man, we're gonna like actually be getting some pretty consistently, good exercise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. It's nice to have that. What else?
I'm not sure. Like, there's things I want to do, but the pandemic has made it hard, and with no specific date in mind, it's kind of hard to think about some of those things. So personally, I've kind of thought about things we can do that are not dependent on that.
Okay, that's like a subsection that I actually do want to talk about, but we can talk about that at the end.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that like, it's basically like the second half of 2021 is kind of how I'm envisioning it. Because I agree. I have some things that I'm like, oh, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And, if you were asking me to do it now, I'm like, well, no. There's a pandemic outside. We'll talk about that at the end of the video.
Yeah.
For me, like right now, the thing that I'm going to be my goal, my sole goal, the only like super huge goal I have in 2021 is going to be finally finishing up all my old projects. And the only old project I have left at this point is the 2018 vlogs.
Yeah.
I got into April, which is great. I only have April and May. There are less than 60 vlog days to release, and then I'm done. 2020 was really big for me. It was a big accomplishment, really, because I caught up on the current timeline vlogs, and more importantly, I finished Fallout. And that had been... It's so weird because like you've got this thing that's looming over your head. And you're worried about it. And you're like you have all this stuff to do, and then as soon as it's done, it's just out of your life. It's just gone. And the stress and the anxiety and everything surrounding it is just gone. And that's kind of the way it was in August whenever I finished Fallout. So I'm happy about that, but like there's one final thing remaining, and it's the 2018 vlogs. So my sole thing that I am like, listen, I have to do this, and I'm really hoping I do it much sooner in 2021 than later, is finally finish all of the 2018 vlogs. And then I can say there's no missing material. You can watch from the beginning to current day, and there's not this really weird hole, that's missing for part of one of the years. That's my big thing. associated with that, and you know this, once I catch up and get that stuff done, one of the things that I really want to do is I want to do more streams.
Yeah.
Very specifically, I want to do like a solo stream, because I'm already doing, I'm doing First 20 about once a month. And I would like to do, solo, games that I would not cover with you. I'd like to do that as a stream.
Yeah, you've had a list of games.
I have a huge list. So there's some like stuff that I want to do with you on that list too, but one of the things that I've learned, and one of the things that I've really appreciated out of Twitch, is that it has made sure that we had stuff to release, and we've actually been ahead of schedule on things, more so than any other year, because of doing the games on Twitch. And that it's been a time saver, and it's been really, really helpful. So, Breath of the Wild is still coming out on YouTube, but like we're obviously pretty far ahead on Twitch, and that's been really, really great. And I would really like to do some of that on, for solo stuff too. And that doesn't mean that we'll never do on-demand stuff ever again.
Yeah.
I think we've shown that, because Pikmin 3 was an on-demand series.
Mario still is.
Mario.
And
I'm still doing Mario. Like Steven and Friends is still on demand. I know we recently have been releasing some of the stuff we recorded in person.
Yeah, but there's not a ton of that.
There's not a ton of that, and that's not a plan. We're not planning.
There's not a huge backlog. It's just
we're not,
what we did that one time.
We're not planning on streaming Steven and Friends. That's a very strictly on demand series. But yeah, I've seen how helpful that can be. And actually that plays into the other thing that happened in 2020 that was really good for us, and we did better in 2020 than we've ever done before, is we took time off. Some of that was because we had nowhere else to go. We didn't travel in 2020 at all, basically. Really? I don't know if we went anywhere. So, it's one of those things, like, to some extent we were forced to be home, but also we really did. Like, over the years, we've tried to take Sundays off, and sometimes we did, and sometimes we didn't. But this year, really consistently, for the last half of the year, I think basically every single Sunday, we took off, or at least most of it off.
Yeah.
And it's the most time we've ever taken off in a year, in 2020. So that was good, and I really hope that we can continue to do that in 2021. So that's also a goal.
Yeah. Just continuing that.
Yeah. We've also eaten really well, but I think we always eat pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to compliment all of your cooking, and then also the ideas and stuff you come up with for meals. What are you gonna say?
I miss getting fresh food every week and being able to have salad longer than a couple days.
I agree. I'm looking for some changes, yes.
Yes.
I don't want to live like this forever. I'm just saying that throughout the pandemic, we still continue to make good food. We ate more pasta in 2020 than we have in the last 5 years combined. But I like pasta. Pasta's comfort food. Okay, so is that everything you we're really trying to do this year?
Last year, one of the things I wanted to do was replace the Escape.
And we did that.
We did that.
We haven't gotten a chance to drive the new car very much, but we did replace the car, so that's good. I'm hoping that that's one of the things we get to do this year, is drive the car to places other than Costco once every 3 to 4 weeks or whatever it is. We'll get there. It's a work in progress. With all that being said, the second half of 2021, where in this theoretical, idea, everything goes back to normal, to the point that we can travel freely without worry, see people can see us, we can go places. What do you want to do?
I want to go see family. My dad and Rhonda got a house in Florida that they're going to eventually move to permanently, and I haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen them since we went to China. I want to see my grandma because I spent a lot of time helping her with the iPad, and I would love to see her in person.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Carly and Kyle's house.
Yeah.
Alex and Haley moved. We haven't seen them since Japan.
Yeah. It's interesting because you could have chosen anything. Everything you mentioned is people.
Yeah.
And I think that's telling. In 2020, the thing that we lacked the most of was people. And even the people that we got to see, because we got a chance to see Dan and Lindsay and Chaz and Jeff for Extra Life, I miss them. I want them to come back.
And we see them on Thursdays in the driveway, but it's not the same.
Yeah. Well, Dan and Lindsay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we talk to everyone every Saturday, but it is. It's not the same. And I want Chaz and Jeff to come back. Like, come back and visit. Yeah, so that's interesting, but it's true. Like, there's places I would like to visit. We've talked about, eventually doing another road trip.
I really want to go back to New York.
Yeah, that would be neat. Want to go back to Japan. Like, there's all these things that we want to do, but like the most pressing thing for travel in 2021 is like these people. Because in 2020, that's what I felt was taken from me. I missed traveling, but I didn't miss it as much as I missed, Alex. I didn't miss it as much as I missed Thomas. That's what I missed. So that's what I want to fulfill in 2021.
Yeah.
In this theoretical second half.
The goals that are dependent on other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the hope. And I have a feeling that a lot of people probably feel the same. I'm really curious to find out what your 2020 goals are. Both, let's call it the first half and second half. I'd love to hear what you're planning to do. I'm sure we'll have some more conventional New Year's goals, and that's fine. I think that the New Year is a perfect opportunity to reassess things and say, I'm going to use this as a marker to really figure out in time, like when you started a thing. That's actually one of the best things about starting on the new year, is it makes it really easy to track how long you've been doing a thing or trying a thing. Like, we've talked to a lot of people on stream that have started doing journaling because Mal's done journaling.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I'm going to continue, so.
Yeah.
For a while, that was like a goal, but it's just life now.
Another little goal that I would love, and I say it every year, so it means less and less, I'm sure, especially coming off of having not done it a lot. But every year I'm always like, I want to watch more movies. That being said, we're planning on watching a movie tomorrow, and we watched a movie last week, so maybe that'll become a thing. It's not like a dedicated goal that I'm going to try and make sure no matter what I do, but it's certainly an interest. Like, every Sunday, especially if we're taking Sundays off, to we'll watch a film Sunday nights. That'd be cool.
We got to clean up all the post-Christmas stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's a goal, but that's a goal that we'll probably largely accomplish tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll get it under control. It's fine. House is a little messy, but it's just messy from the holidays. We'll take care of it. Anyway, that's what we're hoping to accomplish this year. And again, I know that it probably still feels weird. It feels weird to me because, it's symbolic mostly to change that 0 to a 1, and now we're in the new year. And it's exciting to leave that crap eater behind. But we do still have a while before we can just willy-nilly do whatever we want. So in the meantime, I'm just going to continue to
make sure that when it's the after times, we're ready for it.
Yeah.
To be able to say, well, we got all the stuff done we needed to at home. Now we can go. Yeah.
I'm going to work on 2018 vlogs, and it'll be interesting to continue editing those because it's really from a very different time than the one we're living in. Tell us about your goals and resolutions. Be interested to read what all of you are hoping to accomplish this year. And that's it for today. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?